Good afternoon and welcome to your 4 to 5. I'm Maddie Gardner, joined by Lauren Coleman. We have Jalen Gilkey and Eric Chilton in today as well.
Yeah, lots to talk about today, some big news.
You know what everyone's talking about?
Yep.
The first North Carolina vaccine lottery drawing, including our entire newsroom and everyone here on the 4 to 5. It is your shot at $1 million. Winners were randomly selected today for the cash prize and for the scholarship money that's being offered to kids who get the vaccine.
And get this, you won't need to enter. Anyone who gets their vaccine is automatically entered, but how will you know if you've actually won? A lot of people asking that question. So audio and visual recordings are available. The state health department has to then verify the winner does not fall into any exclusions from participating in the lottery before contacting them. Once that process is complete, a representative will ask the person to confirm that they want the money and to share their identity with the public. It could be a process that takes several days. Random number drawings will happen every other week on Wednesdays. All winners will be announced after they're confirmed. The money used for the drawings comes from the state's coronavirus relief funds provided by the federal government. The health department will contact winners by phone or email. That information should have been given to your vaccine provider when you first got the shot. If you don't know if you provided that information, you can find this story on our website and we'll have that link on there and what you need to do.
So keep in mind, a state representative is going to be contacting you if you won. And coming up on WFMY News 2 at 5:30, we're going to dig into some of the scams that you should be aware of and how you can protect yourself. I see both of you holding up you checking your email. Is that what's happening?
I'm turning my ringer up.
As we speak.
Gotcha, like no longer on silent, just in case.
Right.
So Jalen, I'm guessing if you win, you're just going to walk out.
Yeah,
and
y'all
we're
will
not
never,
going
y'all
to
will
see
never
you
see
again.
me
We're like,
nor hear from me
where's
again.
Jalen been?
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter where Jalen is.
$1
Jalen
million
is fine.
though. It's going to come out to about like $787,000. I
right.
think is the
After
number I saw
taxes.
yesterday. You can't live off that forever.
Who can't?
If you invest, you can.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about you're going to live the rest of your life on almost $800,000.
Well, I mean, I'm sure I'll get another job,
gotta-
but it won't be this one. I'll see y'all later.
I got to get him a
rude.
calculator.
It's rude.
Hey, you don't like hanging out with us?
I don't have any kids, Eric. You're doing a lot of multiplication.
You know the boss is watching. Just want to make sure
I
you
know,
know
right?
If I win the lottery, I'm gone. I'm sorry.
He's absolutely gone. Well, I'll be here. Hopefully Lauren will stay with me.
I'll be here.
that. I'll be here.
Dream
good.
team.
I'll watch
Thank
y'all
you,
on
Eric.
Facebook.
You can't see me. All right. Whoops. There you go. He's in the monitor. All right. Well, speaking of the coronavirus, let's take a look at some of our metrics today. One of our state's numbers took a big jump. The state says it learned of 461 new cases in the past 24 hours. Now, this is the highest increase that we have seen in 11 days. It's not a big jump, but it's certainly noticeable if you compare it to the past few days when the state was reporting numbers around the 200s. Still, this number is much better than where we were a month ago when we were adding 1,000 cases a day.
And President Biden is expected to fall short on a commitment to ship out 80 million doses of the COVID vaccine by the end of June. 60 million shots will go to the global COVAX Vaccine Sharing Alliance, and 2 million will go to other partners. Less than 10 million doses have been shipped around the world. So this includes 2.5 million sent to Taiwan and 1 million doses delivered to Mexico, Canada, and South Korea. Officials say the deliveries are delayed to logistical requirements. Excess doses are not needed here in the U.S. And President Biden is coming to North Carolina tomorrow. The president will be in Raleigh, encouraging people to get a COVID vaccine if they haven't already. The details of the president's visit are not yet finalized, but we will share those details with you live on air once we have them.
Indiana University students are now suing the school for requiring them to get a COVID vaccine. 8 students filed a federal lawsuit claiming the university's mandate violates constitutional rights and state laws. The suit argues the order violates the 14th Amendment, that's the right of personal autonomy and bodily integrity, and the right to reject medical treatment. That suit also claims that the university violates state laws if it requires vaccine passports because state law prevents local organizations from requiring those passports. Here in our area, we know that Wake Forest and Elon universities will require students to get vaccinated for the upcoming school year. High Point University says they will not make students get the vaccine.
And getting the COVID vaccine is one way to protect yourself from the Delta variant. Health leaders say it's causing concern. This variant now makes up for more than 20% of all cases in the United States.
It spreads much more efficiently than the virus that we've been used to over the last several months to a year. And also, data from the UK indicate that it also is more dangerous and that it makes you more seriously ill. So the combination of a virus that spreads more rapidly and has the potential to make you more seriously ill is a threat we have to worry about.
The news comes as the White House says the U.S. will not make President Biden's vaccination goal by July 4th.
It has been a week since Teresa Viano, the pregnant 35-year-old woman, went missing on the Dan River. She went over a Duke Energy dam on the Dan River last week.
Yes, 4 died. Their bodies were found in the river after the accident, and 4 survived, including Teresa's twin brother. WFMY News 2's Alma McCarty has the latest on how crews are searching today.
The tactics out on the Dan River have changed, according to Emergency Management Director Rodney Cates. They've scaled back, but he says they are employing the use of a canine to sniff out on the water. They started here at Draper Landing, floating north to the Virginia state line. From there, Cates said they took out, driving back to the Duke Energy Dam to float from there back down to this location. Although you don't see the sheer numbers of volunteers or of equipment, that doesn't mean they've given up their search for Teresa Viano.
We continue to search the leads that we have. As we said all along, we're not at all giving up. We have scaled back, and we've scaled back because we have searched every avenue that we can search at this point, from the air, from the water, from walking the banks. But we will continue to search. We'll continue to look at every lead. If the water changes, if the flow of the river changes, we certainly will come back out and search, and we'll remain diligent and we'll remain active into this as long as it takes to make a recovery.
Some of Teresa's family members stopped by here briefly, and what they told me is that they're trying not to give up hope, but that every day that goes by and they don't find her, it's just getting harder and harder to believe that she will be found alive. In Eden, Alma McCarty, WFMY News 2.
The 911 calls related to a High Point University student's murder have been released. Deputies say 19-year-old Gianna Rose Delgado's body was found in her boyfriend's car in Tennessee. Michael Lewis Cottigan was arrested after the High Point Police Department contacted the Carter County Sheriff's Office Monday afternoon, warning them Cottigan could be driving through the area with a body. A deputy saw Cottigan's car, pulled him over, and arrested him. A friend of Cottigan's actually made the 911 call, reporting his possible involvement.
He called me this morning and he said that he had done something, and I asked him what he had done, and he FaceTimed me and turned the camera around, and he had choked and beat his girlfriend to death.
The friend claimed they pretended to offer a ride to Cottigan, then reported his travel location to the police. We are still working to learn more about this investigation, and we'll have more details on this story coming up on WFMY News 2 at 5. Stick with us. We'll be right back. Let's get to your 4 to 5 roundup. 2 people are dead and a woman faces charges after a car crash on I-40 in Greensboro. Greensboro police say the wreck happened on I-40 near McConnell Road just before 4:30 Tuesday afternoon. Officers say 19-year-old Priya Hairston crossed the median and crashed head-on into 2 other vehicles. She now faces 2 counts of misdemeanor death by motor vehicle and driving left of center. 51-year-old Lisa Tate, who was the driver of one of the other vehicles, died along with an 18-year-old passenger, Victoria Padilla. And Uber Eats tackles an app profile that outs transgender drivers. A civil rights group warned the company that its app profiles place trans drivers at risk of harassment and violence. This prompted Uber Eats to apologize Tuesday to a Kansas man and resolve issues within the app that outed him. The company said it is working to further improve its systems and set up a fund to help drivers and delivery people cover the cost of updating their name and their gender.
Kobe Bryant's widow, Vanessa Bryant, agreed to settle a lawsuit today. She brought it against the pilot and owners of the helicopter that crashed last year. That crash, of course, killed her husband and daughter Gianna, along with 7 other people. Terms of the confidential deal were not disclosed. If it is approved by the court, the settlement would end a negligence and wrongful death lawsuit filed against the estate of the pilot and the owners of the helicopter. And exciting news here, the United States women's national soccer team roster is set for the Tokyo Olympics. The squad includes 17 players from the team who won the 2019 Women's World Cup. Since women's soccer was added to the Olympics back in 1996, the Americans have won 4 gold medals. During the last Summer Games in Brazil, the United States was knocked out by Sweden on penalties in the quarterfinals.
All right, we're talking about a forecast that really comfortable today and tomorrow, really, for that matter. It's just beautiful out there. I wanted to look at our sky cam here, the quad cam view, and you see Greensboro, Winston-Salem, High Point, Burlington all looking good. Mostly sunny skies, we'll say, to partly cloudy, and that's kind of what we'll see, I think, as we head into the overnight and again tomorrow as well. Look at these readings right now. Talk about comfortable. This is way below normal, about 10 degrees below normal from where we normally would be for high temperatures, that is. 76 in Greensboro, 78 Winston-Salem. Walnut Cove at 77, Mount Airy 75. Let's look back west with 72 in Wilkesboro. Here's your forecast planner, and we're taking you into tomorrow morning, some upper 50s for that overnight low, which we usually see in the morning hours. And then it looks like by about noontime, we'll be up to the low to mid 70s, topping out probably right at 80 degrees at some point. Again, partly sunny, just a beautiful day, and we'll keep those lower humidities, it looks like, for at least another day. Now, things will change once we get closer to the weekend, that's for sure. You have to go all the way down to the panhandle of Florida to see any rain across the area. So 7-day forecast for us, 80 degrees for Thursday and Friday. Really nice. Friday, the humidity will return a little bit. That 30 to 40% you see for just about every day. That's the typical late day pop-up summertime stuff. 84 on Saturday, 85 Sunday. We do build, though, temperature-wise back to normal, actually. 86 Monday and 87, which is our normal high. We'll see that by Tuesday and Wednesday.
Welcome back to your 4 to 5. More people are getting back to work, but businesses nationwide are still hurting because of a labor shortage. Now, some lawmakers are saying that it's because of federal unemployment benefits. Our Verified team spoke with economic experts on what's stopping people from going back to work.
Our experts pointed out it's really simple to look at the numbers and say, well, people just don't want to work. But that is not only oversimplifying a complex issue. In many cases, our experts say it's wrong.
According to the Federal Reserve, 9.6 million Americans are out of work, and at the same time, employers have 9.3 million openings. It's led some to say people are unemployed because they just don't want to work. Is that true?
There are very large amounts of job openings, and there are a very large number of people who are unemployed, and the pace of filling those jobs somehow feels slower than it might be.
To figure it out, we went to the experts. Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell, Heidi Shierholz, an economist from the Economic Policy Institute, and Ben Giddist, an economist from the Bipartisan Policy Center. This month, Fed Chief Jerome Powell pointed out the mismatch of unemployed workers and openings has several factors behind it. Number one, the largest group of unemployed workers are back to work.
People just getting temporarily laid off. Their businesses said, when we can come back online, we'll bring you right back. And that is what many businesses did.
Another factor, fear of the pandemic.
2.8 million people say they are not working because they remain afraid of COVID-19, of getting it and spreading it.
Each of our experts explained what's left over are unemployed workers looking at new jobs. And it's not as simple as just taking the first job available.
So it takes time for people to develop new skills, to search and find a new job that's appropriate for them.
And one factor all of our experts pointed to is people who had to leave the workforce because of childcare issues. Daycares are still largely shut, so even if people want to work, they don't have anyone to look after their kids.
Now, another factor people point to is those extra pandemic unemployment benefits. But don't forget, they're either going away or already gone. A dozen states have already ended those, and 14 more will do that by the end of July. But like our experts say, all of these factors play into the larger employment issues. It's never as simple as people don't want to work.
And Food Lion is the newest company to join a community effort to help get teenagers jobs here in Greensboro. 13 jobs were added to the Greensboro Police Department's 500 Jobs for Teens program. Companies are offering positions to teenagers ages 14 to 18 as a community effort to keep teenagers safe and out of trouble. Companies looking to participate can visit our website. We have all the sign-up information for you there. And the back-to-work bonuses proposed by the state Senate Republicans failed in a House subcommittee. Republican lawmakers want to use federal money given to the state to offer back-to-work bonuses if people go back to work sooner rather than later. People who get back to work in 30 days would get $1,500, and people who go back to work within 60 days, they will get $800. State House lawmakers passed a similar bill, which would end the $300 federal unemployment payments. We'll keep you updated on these bills on air and online.
So comfortable out there today. I mean, you really notice it as soon as, especially this morning. When I walked out this morning, you get out there and it's almost chilly because of the lower humidity and temperatures in the upper 50s. That's what we expect to see tomorrow morning as well. So another day like today. 76 in the Triad right now, 78 in Charlotte, 81 in Fayetteville. You head down to the coastal sections there, Wilmington, 79, Myrtle Beach at 79. Let's look back to Boone. You can see that color gradient here for our temperatures get into that green. That means we're into those 70s, and in this case, the lower 70s or upper 60s. But Boone at 70 degrees. Danville's at 77 right now. Mostly clear skies tonight. It'll be cool with that 58-degree morning low and then a high temperature up to 80. It'll be comfortable again with lower humidities. It's a big ridge of high pressure that remains in control for us. We have nothing in the way of rain and, for that matter, cloud cover across the region. You can see that ridge of high pressure continues to push most of that cloud cover and the rain off to the east, and then it holds it down to the south too. That high stays in control, we think, through most of the day tomorrow. But by the time we get to Friday and toward the weekend, that heat will return, that southerly flow, which will bring in the humidity as well. So get ready for that as we head into Friday, but not tomorrow. We're at 80 degrees and low humidity. Still 80 Friday, 30% chance of a late day shower. Your weekend is a typical summertime forecast. In fact, all the way through Tuesday. Partly cloudy during the day, a chance of a late day shower, pop-up shower storm. Mid 80s Saturday, Sunday, Monday, upper 80s Tuesday and Wednesday. We're back to normal by those 2 days.
play, but we couldn't really like communicate.
All right, let's just have a real conversation quickly. It is easy to point fingers at everybody else but ourselves when things go wrong. So today, Coach Lamont is sharing a lesson on how to acknowledge our roles and problems and how that gives us back the power to control our own lives. It's today's U Day moment.
A problem will still exist whether you acknowledge it or not. Now, we must confront all issues so that we remain in our best mental and spiritual state. The thing about a problem is many of us are constantly in a pro-blame state, blaming everything wrong in our lives on someone else. We have these internal conversations saying to ourselves, I can't forget what they did. They hurt me. I was rejected by them, and my life is the way that it is because of what they did. Okay, breathe. Now take back the power from those that you are blaming. Now face your problems by first owning them, and once you own the problem, confront the problem. Keep this one thing in mind. You will never conquer in life what you refuse to confront, and you will never move forward because blame is a weight that anchors you down in despair. Swallow your pride, face you, so you can be the best version of you. This is Coach Lamont reminding you to have your best U Day. I'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah, it's so true. I mean, we don't want to blame ourselves when things go wrong. We tend to point the fingers, or point our fingers at other people is what all of your fingers are pointing.
All 10.
Blame everybody.
10 of you out here. But.
Clearly, I'm crushing this conversation. But it's so true. And if you just take a moment and reflect and acknowledge your role in it, it tends to work itself out.
I agree with that too. I think sometimes we get caught up on what things people have done to us, but we get to a point where it's like, you're grown, got to make your own decisions.
True.
And you got to forgive people and move forward. Don't let that hold you back.
Yeah.
It's like,
them.
I've said this before because my mom would say this and I loved it. My dad was Mr. Academia. He was, the school superintendent and all that. And my mother never went to college, wanted to be a housewife. That's what she wanted to do. And she said, that's my love in my life for my kids and that kind of thing. But she said, when I would go with your father to these banquets and things and everybody around the table are having these highfalutin conversations, like she would say, she said, I know when to shut up. And when to listen and not blame or not act like you know what you don't know. And I think sometimes we do that. That's when we want to point the finger because you can't admit that you don't know something. Yeah. Admitting that you don't know it is how you learn. So.
Well, I mean, it's something that just comes to mind when you're a kid and you're all out with your other friends and you're being left out. And I used to run to my mom and say, "They're not playing with me." And she's like, "What are you doing to insert yourself into what they're doing to play? Like, how are you trying to include yourself in the group?" rather than just saying like, they're not playing with me and it's their fault. Like, Maddie, step in.
Yeah.
They probably do want to play with you.
Yeah.
You're just being crazy.
Let them know why they want to play with you.
Exactly. Sounds so much fun. Okay.
Here's why.
Here's why you want to play with me.
This is why you need
Let
to
me
play with
explain
me.
myself.
All 10 fingers
I
pointing.
love that.
I think we need a break.
We do.
In
It's
more
time.
than one way.
Come join us on Facebook.
All right.
We talk more there, believe it or not.
Cold milk and an Oreo cookie, they forever go together like a classic combination.
Mic check, Jalen. Mic check, Jalen.
Education goes at the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
It is so interesting in this business. how
It
you
is so
make
different. Check, 1, 2. Am I at whatever, whatchamadigger? Oh, the table today.
The whatchamadigger.
I grew up.
The whatchamadigger. But yeah, I mean, a resume is like video. Hi.
Well, welcome back to your 4 to 5. I'm Lauren. We got Eric, Jalen, Maddie. We're all here today. I don't know about y'all, but I'm feeling lucky today.
You
Are you? Is that because of the vaccine?
this your lottery ticket?
Yes.
You think you're
because of
going to
the
win?
I think I
How
have a
can
chance.
you win if I win?
Listen, the more y'all talk about it, the more you're jinxing it. That's all I'm saying.
I'm going to be quiet because I want
There
that
you go.
money.
There you go. If you don't know what we're talking about, we're going to get to it right now. In your 4 to 5 roundup, let's jump right in with the news of the day. We're soon going to find out who won $1 million just for getting vaccinated against COVID-19. North Carolina state leaders drew the first $1 million vaccine lottery winner today. All North Carolinians 18 and older who got at least one dose of a COVID vaccine were automatically entered into 4 drawings for a chance to win the cash. Kids between the ages of 12 and 17 who have gotten at least one dose will be entered into 4 drawings for scholarship money. Those who got their shot after June 10th are going to be entered into the lottery twice, so they have a better chance at winning. State leaders are now verifying if the person whose name was drawn is eligible to win. Stick with us on air and online to find out who won that first drawing. Sad update today. Crews continue to search the Dan River, I should say, for a woman who is missing and is pregnant. This is the 7th day of search efforts to locate 35-year-old Teresa Viano. She was last seen tubing with her family when they went over the Duke Energy Dam. 4 of their family members survived, but 4 died in the accident, and the youngest was a 7-year-old boy. We will keep you updated on this tragic event as more information becomes available. Meanwhile, in Winston-Salem, early bird tickets are now on sale for the Winston-Salem Open. We're going to get that information to you because I know everyone wants to hear it. The general on-sale date and regular pricing for the individual session is June 30th. After a year-long hiatus because of COVID-19, the Winston-Salem Open is going to happen August 21st through the 28th at full capacity. For more information on ticket sales, you can visit our website. And Elton John is returning to the stage for his global farewell tour in 2022 with shows planned in Greensboro and in Charlotte. The tour kicks off next year on May 27th in Frankfurt, Germany. He was originally scheduled to perform at the Greensboro Coliseum last year, but postponed the show because of the pandemic. He'll now stop in the Gate City on April 19th of 2022 and will perform at Bank of America Stadium in Charlotte on September 18th. Tickets go on sale next week.
One Weaver Academy Jr. has made some pretty big waves in the media world. Gabriel Irving is a songwriter, musician, actor, and videographer, and just recently he received some national attention. WFNY News 2's Jalen Gilkey talked to the up-and-coming artist.
Whether it's writing songs, cooking up a new beat, or even shooting his own music videos, Gabriel Irving is on his way to stardom.
Well, overall, it's my career. I want to be a singer-songwriter and do a lot of performances on stage.
Gabriel Irving is just a regular teen with extraordinary abilities.
Always been very musically inclined. So when I hit a certain age, I wanted to go into music, filmmaking and stuff, and it just kind of ended up growing from there.
Gabriel started writing and recording songs, and every song needs a music video nowadays, so who better to shoot it than Gabriel himself?
I just want to make a positive impact on people in the grand scheme of things.
And that he's done. So much so, Gabriel recently received some very prestigious recognition.
It was very amazing because actually my mom had entered her show into the Telly Award, but she was like, oh yeah, just enter Gabe's in just because. And I ended up winning a gold one. So it was really just an exciting experience.
The video for his song American Life is about an interaction with a police officer during a traffic stop and how important it is for everyone to just get along. And his parents, Paul and Rochelle, couldn't be more proud.
So he has a strong belief system, he has a strong foundation, and he has a strong musical side. So the sky is the limit, and I've told him from day one, you can do and be anything that you want to be. And it's not according to what people think you can be, it's according to what you believe you can be.
So Gabe is the definition of a jack of all trades. He plays several instruments, writes and produces all of his own music, then shoots and edits all his own videos. On top of that, he's put together a band made up of his cousins, and they're called Off the Rack.
Off the Rack.
That's awesome.
I mean, you are the one with the musical
There we
talent.
go.
Well, listen to him play that bass. He's got
Exactly.
it going on.
Throughout the piece, you were like, he's talented.
I was like, listen to him. He's good.
And so the little fun fact about Gabe, he's just picking up the bass, but he's been playing the drums since he was 4. His drum set was disassembled because he travels a lot.
He's
so
on the road.
Yeah, but he's on the road, man, and he's performing in churches and different things. But he's just a superstar in the making. I call him Little Prince.
Little Prince.
He
I
can
mean,
play
just
everything.
to be so involved in every single step of that process is awesome.
Yeah, so talented at such a young age too.
I love all the awards that he stacked up right beside
Yeah,
him.
perfect. And they keep it there. They didn't do that for me.
Oh, really? That's
He's his parents' pride and joy.
And the part about his mom, how she was like, just throw him in there, and he ended up winning. That's pretty funny.
Congrats, Gabe. We'll be watching you in the future.
Don't forget us. I told you, like I told you earlier, don't forget us when you're famous.
Did you get his autograph early?
Not yet. I'm working
Might be
on
worth
it.
something. All right. Well, you can enjoy some music for the 4th of July over in Winston-Salem. It's part of their Summer Parks concert series. The series kicks off on July 4th at 5 o'clock at Triad Park in Kernersville. The North Carolina National Guard 440th Army Band will play a free Pops concert, and the gates open at 4 o'clock. Check it out.
All right, this scene right here, it is all too familiar. A house fire right here in the Triad. A Winston-Salem family lost their home, all due to fireworks that were improperly disposed.
They're still hot, so they can cause a fire. It's important to submerge them in water and to leave them away from other combustibles.
You know, I think when you're thinking home fireworks, you're just thinking, hey, once the sparkler is out, it's okay.
Well, don't they keep the bucket of water, right? Isn't that what he said, that you keep that around?
Yeah, either a bucket of water or like a bucket of sand, right? Whatever you happen to have, you know, at home. So I grew up with those home fireworks, right? Thankfully, nothing like that has ever happened. I mean, I'm sure you guys did the same thing.
Yeah, I've never had anything bad happen though.
Well, we were talking about it yesterday, and fireworks scare me just a little bit.
She
So
doesn't
I
like
kind of keep my distance
She's afraid of the
from
poppers.
them anyway, and just like being too close to the source is too much for me. Like
Did
this
you not
behind
write?
me,
Did you
too
not
close.
write your name
with
in
the
a
sparkler?
sparkler?
As soon as it got like 2 inches burnt, I threw it on the ground because I was scared.
Okay, well, I have to tell you, I mean, I think that's a really good, healthy fear, because just because a firework is legal doesn't mean it isn't dangerous. For example, sparklers, to Maddie's point, it burns at a sustained temperature of over 2,000 degrees. Your aluminum siding melts at 1,220 degrees, so you know that it's hot. The most injured body parts are hands or fingers, but then legs and eyes run second and third. According to the National Fire Protection Association, more than 44% of the injuries were in fact burns. Now today on 2 on Snow at 5:30, an assistant chief from the Winston-Salem Fire Department is joining us to talk about fireworks safety and all things surrounding fire safety. And you can text in your question to him to 336-379-5775. Hey, fair warning this year, those tents that sell fireworks may look a little bit slim.
Most of your powder component and everything is all produced in China. We've got a lot of fireworks that are still sitting either in the ocean or at ports stuck there. So as these boats are being unloaded, a lot of the fireworks and those type items are being put on the side of the yard, and they're prioritizing Walmart, Amazon, Target, a lot of the large retailers.
So here are some other Triad 4th of July celebrations to look out for. Downtown Greensboro Inc. is hosting its Fun 4th celebration. There's going to be music performances, and you can watch people dunk Eric Chilton. Yeah, he's going to be there in a dunk tank. The city will not be putting on a fireworks display this year, though.
So they're still going to have everything that people like. They're having aerial performances, by the way, and stilt walkers and all kinds of street performers. 3 stages of music, by the way. That dunking booth, don't just look for me. Weather Day Vacant from 2 guys named Chris will be there too, so get your arm ready. This is going to be fun. 76 degrees in Greensboro. Oh, a laser light show, by the way. They end the night with that instead of fireworks this year. 78 in Winston-Salem, 79 in Walnut Cove. Hey, Yanceyville's at 79. To the south, Asheboro 76, and Troy and Pinehurst warming it up to the lower 80s. So our forecast as we go hour by hour into the night, partly cloudy in the short term. Once we get to about 9 p.m., crystal clear skies. Head that into tomorrow morning. We think the overnight low tonight is going to be in the upper 50s. I mean, you're looking at a 58 degree overnight low. And look how clear it is out here. Really nice conditions. So 7-day forecast, 80 tomorrow, low humidities again, lots of sun, beautiful day. Friday, humidity starts to return a little bit. We've got a 30 to 40% chance of a pop-up late day storm. That is Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. So back to a summertime pattern. Mid 80s this weekend, still very nice out there. And then we'll build temperature-wise, 86 Monday, and we're back to 87, which is normal, by the way. That's our normal high temperature for Tuesday and Wednesday, and overnight lows right around 70.
For me, the best part is the reactions of the kids when we pull up. But when they first got on the bus, they love the bus. And just seeing them so excited about the activities that we're doing and so engaged in all the activities.
After an unprecedented school year, learning in the summer is more important than ever. But instead of inviting students to schools, Mount Airy City Schools is bringing school to students. Today, I got to board the Blue Bear bus.
Been a fantastic experience to see the excitement of the children in the community. They are wonderful, and that's been the highlight of my day. Each morning, watching them when they see the bus come through, just glow with excitement.
The Blue Bear bus is not your ordinary school bus. It's a classroom on wheels in the Mount Airy City School District.
It is now a reality. What was a dream.
John Doss, the transportation coordinator for the district, dreamed this up.
Sorry.
After driving through neighborhoods and seeing the need.
It's now a reality.
8 times a week, the bus parks at a different spot in the city. Students and parents are invited to come build, explore, and launch new ideas. On Wednesdays, you can find the bus parked outside of Shiloh Baptist Church. Reverend Thomas Williams Jr. is the pastor.
The response has been nothing but positive. The kids were excited before the first visit here. They were coming to church saying, the bus is coming, the bus is coming. And then the community, members in the community really appreciated the bus stopping here and providing an opportunity for the kids to have an outlet.
Once you're on board the Blue Bear bus, you'll find Wi-Fi, workspaces, and everything students need to learn. It's also filling a need in the community.
We have summer school and summer enrichment programs going on in our school buildings, but we know that there are families that for all kinds of reasons aren't making it there on a day-to-day basis, so we are bringing summer camp on wheels straight to their front door.
Straight to their front door. So several community partners are making this possible, as well as a 21st Century Community Learning Center grant. After a fun-filled 2 hours with the Blue Bear bus, students go home with a book, a snack, and an activity. You can find out where the Blue Bear bus is rolling in next on Mount Airy City Schools' social media pages.
And High Point University STEM camp is halfway done. Students are back on campus attending a virtual camp after they attended a virtual camp last year. So this year's theme is building STEM leaders for tomorrow's workforce. Students will build and learn something new every day. And then on the last day, students will launch rockets they started building on Monday. Very cool. We'll be right back.
Here's a question for you. What do llamas have to do with the sport of cycling? Usually nothing, but not this weekend. It's time for the Tour de Llama, the only charity cycling event that comes complete with, yes, you guessed it, real llamas. I spoke with Jan Kelly of Samaritan Ministries to get the lowdown. So Jan, you have to tell me, I mean, everybody when they hear about this, the first thing they say is, what in the world is the Tour de Llama? What's the relationship? How did this name come about?
Well, it's a really neat story. Michael West, a local architect, designed our building, our new building here in Winston-Salem. And he also owns a vineyard, which includes a herd of 90 llama. So he wanted to come up with a fundraiser to help sustain operation. And it starts and ends at his farm, Divine Llama Vineyard. So we just named it Tour de Llama.
I love that. So you literally see llama along the way while you do this. Now, you guys are doing a little bit different this year, multiple venues. Explain that to us.
Well, due to COVID, we've had to limit how many people can come out to Divine Llama and ride. But we've added a component at Salem Lake, mainly for families, but we've got plenty of room at Salem Lake for folks to ride on the trail there.
So Jan, just tell me in a nutshell about Samaritan Ministries for people that aren't familiar, what you guys do.
Our mission is providing food, shelter, and hope through Christian love. We have a community soup kitchen, a homeless shelter for men. Both are open 365 days and nights a year.
So Jan, this is a fundraiser, obviously, and this helps you guys. So does that money stay local?
Yes, all the money raised stays here in our community. The $30 fee provides 10 meals in our soup kitchen.
This is awesome. Sounds like so much fun. We'll see you and the llamas this weekend. And I think that's the key here, the $30 fee, she said, provides 10 meals. That's a lot, so everybody needs to jump on board. It's fun.
There's a llama behind you.
A big one.
Just wanted you to know.
Very large.
Just be aware.
By the way,
Don't they spit?
You know, I don't know if that's, I always hear that about camels. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't
Not
know.
trying to badmouth
This lady is
llamas.
pretty close.
Yeah,
she
right.
looks
Very
comfortable.
close.
She's in prime spitting
They are
location.
cute.
No, so they divided it up, right? Instead of doing it all at the one vineyard, now they're doing it at multiple locations. And I said, well, you don't have llamas at the other one, right? And she goes, yes, we do, because that cardboard cutout, if you
Yeah.
saw behind her, they have those hidden along the course at the Salem Lake one. So that's just as much fun.
That's cute.
I want to be the person who hides the cardboard llamas in the woods. I want that job.
Like, where's Waldo?
Yes.
I think that this is so cool. Those pictures are absolutely beautiful. And I was just asking you if it was too late to sign up.
No, so tonight, the registration goes, I think, until 9 o'clock tonight, but they said you show up day of, they're gonna, obviously,
Okay.
they're gonna let you in. All that money stays local, so.
Hang out with the llamas.
That's
this
right.
week.
Yeah, just wear a face shield.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because our producer said they do spit.
Yes.
Oh, they do, okay. Well, now you
They
know.
still look very cute.
You stay at a distance, that's all. All right, so I asked you on Facebook, do you spit like a llama? No, I did not. I did not ask you that. I asked you, what is your go-to summer workout routine? You did not disappoint. Here we go. Dean says morning runs before it gets too hot. Yes, very good. Candy said walking. Simple as that. Curtis says, honestly, I don't do enough exercising, buddy. That's what he said. And then I love Donna, because Donna said my go-to exercise is sitting in the porch swing. Not bad. But I do think Dean's onto something, because you need to run early before it gets too hot. And
Yes.
it'll be beautiful tomorrow.
I'm always shocked when I see people running in the middle of the day when it's like 95 degrees, shirt off. How do they do that?
They're just superhuman.
Can't handle it.
I don't know. I can't even walk outside when it's that hot. I actually went on a walk this morning. I stayed with my parents last night because I was shooting the Blue Bear bus story in Mount Airy. And I went on a walk this morning before it got too hot. And you know when you like don't walk for a while, then your legs are really itchy.
Oh, yes. And you're stopping every 2 seconds
and I
to
was like,
scratch
I'm
your
so
leg.
sorry, Mom. Like, can we come back?
Yeah.
Can we stop for a little bit?
I'm out of shape.
Well, it was really dry, like the low humidities this morning and again tomorrow morning, so that probably makes it worse.
Thank you for
I'm
helping me
trying
feel
to give
better, though.
I'm trying to give you something to hold on to there. Should we talk about a forecast? I think we can. We will see lower humidities again tomorrow, so watch for that. And you know, you look at the 7-day forecast here. I just want to show you the warm-up trend that we have. 80 degrees for tomorrow and lower humidity is beautiful. Sunshine all the way across the board, by the way. And then 80 on Friday Friday. So the rain chances don't come back in until Friday afternoon. And even then, you're talking about only a 30%. Now, it will be late day pop-up variety, right? Not a big thunderstorm activity, just kind of scattered here or there. Even our temperatures we see now, very comfortable for this time of the year. Our normal high is 87, and we're at 76 in Greensboro, 79 in High Point. Heading into the evening, just so you get the short-term look here, a couple of clouds until about 8 or 9 o'clock, and then we'll go all clear after that. 60s mostly overnight, and again, we'll get to that probably 58-degree overnight low by tomorrow morning. That high-pressure ridge that's bringing us all this good weather, it keeps everything at bay. You see the rain off the coast and to the south in the southern tip of Georgia there in the upstate of, or the panhandle rather, of Florida. It is held back because of that large ridge of high pressure. That'll keep us with another beautiful day just like today, really. Say just a copy. That's tomorrow. But then the heat and humidity come in. Look at the timestamp, top right corner of your screen, and yeah, you see that start to slip in on Friday and those rain chances. So look at your weekend with mid-80s and a 40% chance late day pop-up. That's a normal summertime forecast, but we finally get back to normal temperature-wise by next week. Monday, 86. Tuesday, Wednesday, that is our normal high temperature at 87. We'll see some muggy overnight lows, then a little warmer than our normal of 67. We go to 70 for those 2 days, and rain chances drop a little bit, 30% Tuesday afternoon and a 20% for Wednesday afternoon.
Coming up on WFMY News 2 at 5 o'clock, emergency crews resume their search for the final tuber who went over a Dan River dam. The pregnant woman has been missing for 1 week now. 4 of her family members died in that tubing accident. An update on the search for her coming up at 5.
Yesterday. It happened like 5 times. Hey, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Oh my goodness, it's Callie Clendenin on the 1s and 2s.
Hi there, Oklahoma, Oregon, Pennsylvania.
We're down to 1. Hey, ice cold milk and an Oreo cookie, they forever.
Mic check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
It's time for my 2 cents. We've all probably said this before. Don't worry, I'll get to it. Or the more popular phrase, I work better under pressure. Procrastination. It's the action of delaying or postponing something. It can be something as simple as packing for a vacation. I'm guilty of this one. I've known about the trip for months, but I still find myself scrambling seconds before my trip to the airport to get everything I need put together. While procrastination can sometimes boost our creativity or prevent us from doing unnecessary work, there are some long-term effects that are not as positive. The act of procrastinating on simple tasks like packing can lead us to procrastinating on major life decisions. That book you wanted to write or the food truck you wanted to open. 10 years pass and you still haven't done it. You keep saying to yourself, I still have time, or I'll start when the other aspects of my life are in order. Don't let the fear of failure or taking a risk on your goals cause you to delay the task at hand. Our time is valuable and precious. You don't want to look back at life and think, if I only started sooner. If there's something major you've been itching to do, I challenge you to start now. You may be surprised at what you will accomplish. That's my 2 cents. That's your 4 to 5. WFNY News 2 at 5 starts now.
Names are picked for North Carolina's first vaccine lottery drawing, when we'll know who is $1 million richer and when's the next chance of winning.
And crews out on the Dan River again today, searching for the last tuber missing after last week's tragic accident. What rescue crews found and what's next.
But first, new details about the case of a High Point man accused of killing his girlfriend and allegedly planning to dump her body in Tennessee. The victim was a High Point University student. Today, her family and